Today at ShopDapp.com, we're going to be talking about DSG service costs and how to do it on our Mark 7. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about DSG services. We are going to talk about overall cost with some of the variety that you see here. We are also going to call dealerships to get pricing in a variety of markets to give you an idea of what it would cost in your local area to do it either DIY from us or if you wanted to pay a local VW dealer to do it for you. Now what you see here is laid out 3 different DSG oils that are options for you. We have your factory genuine VW and Audi fluid, the Motul fluid, and the liquid moly fluid. Now we're going to be using liquid moly for the purpose of this video, but not for any particular reason, just happens to be the one we chose to go with. All of these oils meet the required spec for a DSG service, so you don't need to worry about any warranty concerns because these all meet the factory required spec for that. Now, parts-wise, there are 2 different filters that we offer. One is the factory one, another one is an aftermarket one. It is from the original manufacturer, so you won't see any major differences between the 2, and I don't recommend spending the additional required money for the genuine one when the aftermarket one is perfectly great quality. Now moving on to tools for filling options. So this is going to be the most expensive but also the best option and easiest for filling this. This is a transmission fluid pump. This comes with the adapters, a variety of adapters for a bunch of different transmissions, but including the DSG one, which allows you to directly pump the fluid into the transmission and you don't have to wait for anything to fill. Now, this is going to be the next most affordable option. This is a gravity fill tool. This would be the adapter would be screwed into the transmission and then you would hold the bottle above the engine to allow gravity to force the fluid into the transmission from up top. This method is going to be a better option than the next one as far as speed wise and does require this tool. Now the next one is going to be filling the transmission from the top. Now you can put a funnel into where the filter housing is on top of the transmission and this will allow you to fill from there. Now people would do this oftentimes if they were measuring the exact amount coming out and then filling that amount back in. That is an option people go with. It is possible to do that, but it's my understanding that this is going to be the slowest method for filling the transmission. So as we look at our kits for options of cost, the liquid moly kit is $109.45. The Motul kit is also $109.45, and the factory VW oil with factory VW parts is $134.51. Now this is the current pricing on our site. This could change over time. If you were purchasing an OEM kit from your local dealer, the retail price would be $146.28. That's currently, again, pricing does change over time. So this is going to be savings that you're going to experience just by doing the DIYs versions. Now let's talk about some of the options of what your local dealer may charge. Okay, so when we talk about pricing for getting the service done at a local VW dealer, it's going to vary very widely by market. So I'm going to start with calling what I believe to be is one of the most expensive places you can get this done, and that's New York City.
Service department, how can I help you?
Hey, I wanted to get some pricing for a DSG service for a 2017 Alltrack.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Thank you.
I pay for a luxury car, then trust the maintenance to amateurs.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
The service advisor didn't want to keep you on hold, so she said it's going to be $495 plus tax.
$495 plus tax? Okay. There you go. $495 plus tax. That's actually expensive, but not as expensive as I expected. Let's try our next one, which we are going to try a Washington, D.C. dealer. Hey, Rick, I was hoping to get a price on a 2017 Alltrack DSG service.
You said 17 Golf Alltrack?
Yes.
Do you know if your vehicle is a 2-wheel drive or a 4-motion?
4-motion?
4-motion. You're looking at about $390 total.
$390, okay. There you have it. 4-motion. Alltrack means all the wheels drive all the time.
We have a front-wheel drive Alltrack.
They don't drive all the time, but $495 in New York City, $390 in DC area. So we're coming down. We are going to try another major metro market that I'm going to try the Dallas area, which is also a pretty big city, but I suspect it's going to be probably cheaper than both of those so far. How you doing? Hoping to get a price on a DSG service for a 2017 Alltrack.
Okay, what kind of service?
A DSG service?
DEC?
DSG, transmission service?
DSC. Okay, one moment.
I'm not even sure he just said the right words.
He said DSC.
I don't think this is a service advisor we're talking to.
Okay, we'll be looking looking at around $359.95.
$359.95. Awesome. Thank you so much for your help. There you have it. $359.95. That's going to vary depending on the market. So you should be able to call your local VW and Audi dealer. You have alternatives out there. We have a shop, so our shop, we have pricing for our DSG service. Generally, it's going to be easier to get through because we have less layers of communication between us and our customers, but our pricing for our DSG service is also listed on our website. Our DSG service is going to be $229.45. Now, the alternative being, in this particular instance, that's going to be quoting with the liquid moly or Motul DSG oil as opposed to the factory stuff. So the part of the reason why it's going to be less expensive is the parts are going to be a little bit cheaper, but then obviously you will also see some other related charges as well as shop fees and other document fees that oftentimes dealerships will be tacking on to their service. Now that we've gotten you pricing, let's cut to us at our shop and we're going to show you how to do it, including the complete level setting procedure. Okay, so we can start by removing our air box and this hose assembly. We do have a racing line intake on this car. This is going to be a little bit different than what you're going to be doing on your vehicle. We do have the DIY for the racing line intake, which you can find that will show you removing the factory air box if that's something that you feel like you need a hand with. This is going to be removed, and then this hose is going to be removed, and then we will catch back up once we have it out. Ugh, this filter is pretty gross. I don't know why it's so dirty. Now we're going to remove our battery and just some 10 millimeters here. And we're going to take these off, negative first, and just pull these cables out of the way. Take this 13 millimeter off right here. You can get this lockdown plate out of place. And then we should be able to remove our battery. Should just slide forward like so, and we can take it out of the car. Okay, now the battery tray has to come out. These are 10 millimeters that hold it in place. I'm not sure where all this dirt came from. All right, now this is just 10 mil. This I just cracked loose here and then I'm threading it back. You don't need to take it off all the way because this is open. You just need to get it cracked loose and out of the way so you can allow you to pry this thing out of place. And we have this 10 millimeter out and this 10 millimeter out, and then there's also one that sits right over here on the ECM. So we're gonna pop up this cable here. Now there is a wire that holds this portion in place. So you're gonna wanna kind of pull this up and pop these cables off the battery tray. We got this last one here, and that should be pretty loose there. And the last thing we're gonna wanna do is take this filter off. This is just a filter for the transmission, like a breather filter, and you're just gonna push back on this tab and kind of slide it up and leave that out of the way. Now we should be pretty loose here, and there is this harness also clipped onto that tray, and then you can see there, I'm not sure why this thing's so dirty. Okay, so now we're underneath our vehicle. We have removed our belly pan. So the belly pan on this vehicle is an Alltrack, so it's got more of a skid plate than the normal vehicles. Some cars you may not need to remove that to get this. This is going to be our drain plug. This is a 14 millimeter Allen, which is pretty large, and not everyone's gonna have it. So we're gonna drain this. Now some people, they do a couple different methods. I've heard of people using draining everything into some sort of ability to catch so that they can put in exactly what came out. That's one method. And then we're gonna show you the level setting procedure. That's the correct method. All right, so now that this is finished draining, we are going to take out the other drain plug. So there's another drain plug inside the drain plug. It's kind of like Inception. So we're gonna remove that. This is actually what helps you determine the fill level, is there's this other thing inside the transmission. 8 millimeter Allen on this one. And you can see this guy. This guy is something that you shouldn't break, but if you do, we'll link to this just so you can have the information about this particular one. Okay, so now that our fluid is completely drained, we're gonna put this guy back in. Now, we are just threading this guy in, and you're just gonna go hand tight with this. You don't need to go crazy. We got it out by hand, you should be able to put it in by hand. So snug it up, and then we are going to proceed from there. Okay, so on ours, like we talked about, we're gonna be using this tool. This is gonna be our pump tool. So we have our fluid, we're gonna fill this up. This has a lot of adapters that comes with it. So this works for a variety of vehicles. This particular one would be the DSG adapter that will thread into that transmission. So we're gonna take our 5 liters and put them all in here. Now we're gonna thread in our DSG adapter, and this guy just threads right in here. And wait until this bottoms, and then we should be good. Now we're gonna attach our tool, and you just push this on, and this has a drain or a flow valve, so you can just open that up to allow you to go. Now this pump is not something that everybody necessarily needs. It is a more expensive option. It does make this process much faster than using a gravity fill tool, and it's something that anybody who's doing these either for buddies or on the side, or even if you drive high mileage, you might consider having one of these just to make your life a heck of a lot easier when you're doing these services. So we're just gonna keep pumping this stuff in, and we're gonna pump basically all of this fluid in there that this allows, and then we'll cut back to whenever we're ready. We have pumped all this fluid in there, and we are going to pop this out. Now, I'm gonna get this out and swap this in real quick. We wanna lose as little fluid as possible while we're doing this. And there you go. Have it run down your arm. It feels amazing. And I'm just gonna snug that up with my hand. Okay, so we're gonna crack this filter housing loose, 24 millimeter. Now we're gonna take our filter, swap this out, and we're gonna remove that. Okay, so here is the original filter that came out of the vehicle. This one we actually dunked in there for a second. That's why you'll see a little bit of fluid on there. And then this is the housing. So the housing, whenever you're removing this, you want to take a pick or small screwdriver. We'll have links to our pick set that will help you do this in the description. So you can just pop this off like so, and then you'll pop your new one on. And when you're installing your new filter, pretty simple, you're gonna put this into the vehicle first and then go down with it. This honeycomb filter, this is the factory filter. They look like this. Sometimes you'll see factory filters that do not have the honeycomb on it. They'll look just like this one. This is not the factory filter, but it is from a factory manufacturer, so this is the same, just a much more affordable option as opposed to what you'd pay for a factory filter. So let's install this stuff and we'll get this moving. Okay, so we're gonna install this filter and then put down our housing. And you're gonna torque this down, and this torques to 20 Newton meters. Okay, now we're gonna reinstall our battery tray, our battery, the intake, and everything we've removed, and then we're gonna go inside to the vehicle for a level setting procedure. So now we're in the vehicle and we're going to set our fluid temperature. Now, the important note is, again, we can't start this process without the fluid being below 45 degrees, but really you want it to be cold. So we're gonna start our OBD11, which is our scan tool, is plugged in underneath the dash. If you're not familiar with it, we'll have links to it in the description below where you can find out more details. So our car is not running, and we're gonna go into the transmission control module just so we can take a look there. And then we're gonna go into live data. Now this interface is gonna be a little bit different. You're gonna be using this or VAGCOM. On VAGCOM, on a lot of older models, you would use what would be channel 19, I believe it is. But in this case, it's text-based, so you can actually text. So I'm just putting in temp, and so you can see transmission fluid temperature. And so we're gonna check that, and we're gonna go there. So this is 33 degrees Celsius. So we're gonna start this up, and we're gonna leave it in park, and the spec to start checking your oil level is at 35. So we're gonna start this. It's dead because Nathan left the headlights on earlier. Okay, now we're gonna start this up and get it running so we can check our level. All right, so here we have our fluid level. We have our car running in park, and we are at 40 degrees. So when you hit the range that you need to within that spec, what you're gonna do is drop this plug. Now we're at 42. So we don't wanna let this get too hot, otherwise you're outside the range. So what we do is you drop the plug, and this is just the bottom plug, and we're gonna let everything drain out to a drip to set our level. Now if you go and drop it like this, and then you still have no fluid coming out, then you know you don't have enough fluid and you'll need to put more in. But in this circumstance, we're running it until we get to a steady drip, and then we can close this thing up. we're getting a little bit more of a steady drip. When it gets a little bit slower, I'm gonna plug this thing up. All right, so we're gonna plug this up and then we're gonna torque this in place and we will flash our torque spec for this drain plug on screen. We do have a new drain plug washer you will want to replace when you are installing your drain plug. Thanks so much for watching our DIY on how to do a DSG service on a Mark 7. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more like it, and links to everything we talked about, tools, parts, and all, in the description below. Purchases for parts like this or any others help support videos just like this one.